Hi friends, welcome to Crack Grade B. We are back with yet another important lecture on the current affairs series that we are doing for you. So this is the PIB summary from the month of May, and this is from the 11th to 20th May 2022. So let's begin. The first piece of news is Breedwise report of livestock and poultry based on 20th livestock census. This is one of the very important news considering the phase 2. Now, who have released Union Minister of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying released the breed-wise report of livestock poultry based on 20 livestock census, right? Now, so this is from the during the year of 2019. What is the importance? The importance is that this report can be used for the upgradation of livestock to assess its utility for the policymakers. See, every policy report, when it comes, whether it highlights the good point or bad point, the impact of those kind of report is much larger than the report itself. Why? Because it would help the policymakers, means the one who take decision about the about the sector, will help them to decide the future course of action, how to improve on few parameters that has been highlighted or doing something new. Okay, so now key points. It was for the first time in the country that breed wise data was collected by using the tablet computers instead of paper mode, which is indeed a unique attempt. Okay, so there can be a question in which livestock census the breed-wise data was collected for the first time in India. Okay, so in that case, it would be what? It would be 20th live census. Okay, now what are the major highlights? The major highlights are 184 recognized indigenous, exotic and crossbreed of 19 select species that are registered by NBAGR, National Bureau of Animal Genetics and Resources. Okay, how many? 184 recognized indigenous, exotic and crossbreeds of 19 selected species. Okay, now few important points. Crossbreed Jersey has the highest share with 49.3% as compared to 39.3 of the crossbreed Holstein. Now, Gir, Lakshmi and Shahiwal breed has the major contribution in total indigenous cattle. Okay, in Buffalo, the Murrah breed majorly contributes to 42.8, which is commonly found in UP and Rajasthan. So I'll tell you a fact, this Murrah breed is so popular that people will, buy the Murrah breed from UP or Rajasthan or wherever, the breeding is done, and people will take away to the village for, multiple benefit associated with this Murrah breed. Okay, so this Murrah breed is very much bulky and very healthy in size. Okay, so now you can go through it, the data for the sheep, the data for the cattle, the data for the pigs, horse, donkey, camel and poultry. Everything is there. Okay, now let's move to the next one, the state of inequality in India. Okay, now see, this is a report that is released by Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister, EACPM. I would tell you this is the one of the very important news, because this is something released by the by the people close to the Prime Minister itself. Economic Advisory Council to the PM. So this is made by Institute for Competitiveness. The report is based on how many pillars? Income distribution, labor market dynamics, health, education, household characteristics. Now, data is derived from where? The data is derived from PLFS, National Family and Health Survey, and UDICE Plus. Okay, this is the education. So I think in the last month, we have made a video on UDICE Plus. I mean, inside the current affair video only. So many of you have watched it. So you would be knowing what UDICE Plus is. If not, just find that video and watch it. That would help you a lot. Now this report first time focus on income distribution to understand the capital flow, The report emphasized that wealth concentration as a measure of inequality does not reveal the change in the purchasing capacity of the household. Now, extrapolation of income data from PLFS 1920 has shown that a monthly salary of 25,000 is already amongst the top 10% of the total income earned, pointing towards some level of income disparity. Okay, extrapolation means the data of PLFS 1920 was used, and the multiple data parameters were correlated. I mean, they have measured multiple data parameters against each other, and they have found this. Okay, the share of top 1% accounts for 6.7% of the total income earned, while the top 10% accounts for the 1/3 of all income earned. I would tell you this is one of the very important line from here. Okay, then among different employment categories, self-employed worker it's 45.78%, regular salaried and casual worker. I know this are some of the percentage which would be hard to remember, but yes, you should know among the percentage it's the self-employed workers who are at the highest level. That's it. Now, the share of self-employed worker also happens to be the highest in the lowest income category. Okay. Now, can you think and tell me in the comment section who would be those people who are self-employed but are on the lowest income category? Okay, let's not make it in the comment section. Let us discuss it here. It would be probably the roadside people who sells multiple things, who would be selling ice cream. Some would be selling those, pani puri, then multiple things, momos and all. Okay, all these people, they are also self-employed. So probably they would come under the lowest income category from the self-employed workers, right? The roadside shop. Then comes the health infrastructure. What has been found is that there has been a considerable improvement in increasing the infrastructural capacity with regards to target focus on the rural areas. Example, state and union territories like Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Chandigarh have significantly increased health centers between 2005 and 2020. Right? Between 2005 and between 20, these are the states and UTs which have increased their, health infrastructure capacity, and mostly in the rural areas, most important. Then the results of NFS4, NFHS4 and NFHS5 have shown some improvement. Obviously, when we have read NFHS5, we have already compared it with NFHS4 and seen where those, uh, where are those, or what are those points from where the improvement is seen. Okay, so with this, let's move to the next one, that is ABHWC assessment report in 18 states. Now, what is this? It's Ayushman Bharat Health and Wellness Center in 18 states of India. Okay, so this is the finding of third party. Okay, so report, so whatever you will read is the finding of a third party. Now, the assessment of ABHWC in the 18 states has been done in two phases: non-governmental entities, okay, GRAM and JHPIEGO, as well as AIMS New Delhi from government sector for the year 2021. Okay, so from the government sector it was AIMS, and from the private sector it was these two organizations. Now, what is the aim? The primary aim of this exercise was to assess the pace of rollout of ABHWC in different areas and to identify specific challenges in their rollout. Now, what is the focus? Just go through it, you are going to understand. Simple, when there is a third party audit for the infrastructure, means government is trying to find how they can improve the facilities for Ayushman Bharat, health and wellness center, right? So that would be the focus area. Now, what are the key findings? Just read it, two times, that would be fine. Let's now move to next one, export of sugar in current sugar season 2021-22. Okay, it's 15 times of export as compared to the export in sugar season 17-18. So you see, it has been, the growth has been 15 times what it was in 2017-18. So this shows the kind of production that we produce, uh, the sugar, I mean the sugar industry. Okay. Then major importing countries: Indonesia, Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, UAE, Malaysia, and African countries. Okay. And from Indonesia, what do we import? We import palm oil the most, right? Now, so now excess sugar for ethanol blending. So you know that government has also come out with uh, multiple rules, or you can say multiple guidelines, where government want to produce ethanol from the sugar, from the sugar industry. So in order to find a permanent solution to address the problem of excess sugar, government is encouraging sugar mills to divert excess sugarcane to ethanol. Government has fixed target of 10% blending of fuel grade ethanol with petrol by 2022 and 20% blending by 2025. Okay. Now let's now move to the next one. Now, highest annual FDI inflows of US dollar 83.57 billion in financial year 21-22. Okay, what is it? It's the foreign direct investment of how much? 83.57 billion in the financial year that is that is just ended on 31st March 2022. Now, what is the status of FDI in manufacturing sector? India is rapidly emerging as a preferred country for foreign investment in the manufacturing sector. FDI equity inflows in manufacturing sector has increased by 76% in FY 2021-22 compared to previous financial year 2020-21. Okay. Now, what are the trends in FDI? So the trend is that has increased 23% post-COVID. Okay. Now, who are the top countries? Singapore at 27%, USA 18%, Mauritius 16%. Now, recipient, which sector? Okay. So here you can read it as sector. It's computer, software and hardware, service sector, automobile industry. Now, so computer, hardware and software, here you can, mobile industry is also the telecom. No, telling it telecom is not right, because only some 4G, some 5G components that Geo is manufacturing in India. Okay, so again with the help of a foreign player. And on the other hand, Apple, uh, the 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 mobile giant Apple is manufacturing in India few of their models, and also Samsung has a plant in Noida. So all those will come under the computer software and hardware. Okay. Now in computer software, the most is in Karnataka, Delhi, Maharashtra. Okay. The top state with FDI flow: Karnataka the most, then Maharashtra, then Delhi. Then let's move to the next one, that is third advanced estimate for production of major crop, right? So this one, I won't be reading it, because this is an advanced estimate. Anytime before the exam, if the real data comes in, you will have to remember that rather than this. Okay, so as of now, go through this data just once. That would be, fair enough. Now, there are some schemes in news which were updated. That is Mission Amrit Sarovar. Okay. Now, the Prime Minister launched a new mission on Amrit Sarovar on 24th April 2022. What is the aim? Developing and rejuvenating 75 water bodies in each district of the countries. Right. So there are 6 ministry or the department that is there in the mission. Okay. So accelerate Vigyan scheme. So this scheme is to provide a single platform for research internship, capacity building and workshop across the country. The Science and Engineering Research Board SERB has launched scheme called Accelerate Vigyan. Okay, so this type of question can, really hunt you in the phase 2 examination. So, just read it, don't ignore it. Then there are few components inside its Abhyas program. Okay, then Sammohan. Okay, again Sammohan is divided into two parts, Sanyojika and Sangoshita. Then there are few other important news. For example, this is very important, that 15th Conference of Parties, that is COP15 of United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification at Abidjan. Okay, so this is the 15th COP. What is the theme? So there are few things that you will have to remember. That's theme: land, life, legacy from scarcity to prosperity. The place is Cote d'Ivoire, Western Africa. It's in the Western Africa. Then Convention for Technology Partner of Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. Okay, so this was held where? In New Delhi on 13th May 2022. So see, these are the few, few things that can come, but the chances are less, given that, there are few other important things. For example, where this conference has held, but you never know, there can be a surprise as well. So going through this kind of data at least, two times is must. So just go through it, that would be enough. Now, with this, we have come to the end of this lecture. We wish you very good luck from Team Crack Grade B. Happy and thank you learning.